Hey, this is Fish on a Heater with Tournament Takeaway. This is a series where we take a look at some Pokemon Go PvP battles and take a look at the decisions that were made in the moment. Kind of take a look at what we can take from it to bring into future battles. Sorry if you are hearing some weird noises. That is a fan that is going on right next to me here. It is very stuffy in this room. We are heading into summer in Australia, and so I need the fan. It's going to be on. Sorry if that creates a weird noise on the video. So, myself and another couple of fantastic PvP content creators in Australia, in Dr. Trotter and PvP Steve, we were given the very exciting opportunity to unveil the December Silpharina Cup, the Nightfall Cup. Fantastic opportunity. I'm so thankful to the arena for giving me that chance. After we did that, we had a stream where we unveiled it. We kind of got everyone we could anyway. Anyone who wanted to stay up that late was brought onto our Discord server, the Aussie Twitch Amigos Discord server, and we just had a practice tournament for the Nightfall Cup. It was just a don't think about it too hard kind of cup. Don't try and spend ages trying to put together a team. Just come with whatever you think suits. And so this is what I came up with on the top: the Blaziken, Abomasnow, Gallade, Frostlass, Medicham, and Wigglytuff. I'm pretty happy with how it went. The only real big problem I found was that it has no Wigglytuff coverage. Wigglytuff can beat pretty much all of those, maybe even if it just has to spend one shield, it can do that. Wigglytuff, I think, is going to be a big deal in Nightfall Cup. And that is because fighters are going to be a big deal in Nightfall Cup. Wigglytuff can beat every fighter. It might need a shield to do so, but with that kind of qualification, it can beat every fighter. If we go into the Nightfall Cup rankings and look at fighting, we got Medicham, Blaziken, even though it's neutral to Charm, Charm is neutral to it, it still is too glassy to really be able to do the world of damage. Blast Burn can hit back at Wigglytuff really hard, but the Charm's going to catch up to it. Machamp, don't even start. Gallade, don't even start. Hitmontop, Machamp, Scrafty, that's going to melt in front of your eyes. Hitmonchan, Hariyama, Surfetch, Primeape, Toxicroak. Toxicroak is the one kind of... It's got win conditions. If it lands a Sludge Bomb, that's going to pretty much... I think a Sludge Bomb will one-shot, or very close to a one-shot a Wigglytuff. Even then, in the lead position, so if both players are leading, one leads a Wigglytuff, one leads a Toxicroak, the Wigglytuff only needs to shield once. I think if the Tox lands a successful Mud Bomb bait, it can get to another Sludge Bomb, so the Wiggly might need to shield twice in that situation. So Tox has play there. But, in general, Wigglytuff is still going to win that matchup. And then we've got Hitmonchan, Heracross, Lucario, Poliwrath, Infernape, Farfetch'd, and Surfetch'd as well, I think, was up here. All of them are going to lose to Wigglytuff. In fact, it would have been easier if I'd just gone into multi-battle, gone Wigglytuff, and Sylph Nightfall Cup in the 1-1 shield, and then just typed in fighting here, and look at that. The worst it does is against Lucario at a 662 rating. It does beat the Tox. Blaziken, Pignite, really. Monferno, Hitmontop, Emboar, Medicham. They're all losing in the one shield. I'm just going to quickly check out that Tox matchup. And so, yeah, it looks like even if it lands a successful bait, it's got enough energy for the Sludge Bomb there, but it's going for the Mud Bomb, and it is shielded. It does not get to another one. So there you go. Wiggly is fine. Cool. So, with that said, let's get into the battles. This opponent is Caleb the Norman from Tasmania, Australia. I've said on this series on this channel before that Caleb is the king of spice. He is always bringing something to a tournament that you don't know how to deal with, or that has movesets that you don't know what they are. This time, not too crazy. He's brought a Weeping Bell, which is something that you don't see anywhere else. And Lucario is a really interesting pick. Venomoth as well, a really interesting pick. Weeping Bell, definitely the weirdest thing in that lineup. The lucky thing for me, as a person coming up against him, is that Weeping Bell is a Razor Leafer. It does razor leafy things. It's grass poison typing. It hits you real hard. It's a lot bulkier than Victory Bell. It's got a really high HP, low defense but high HP. But that's kind of the only difference. It's other than that, you know what to expect from a Weeping Bell. So it's not like he brings it in and I'm like, what do I do? One more interesting thing to note is that Weeping Bell, for Weeping Bell, Razor Leaf is a legacy move. So either he used an Elite TM, which would be weird, or he traded that off of someone. That's the wrong battle. Let's look at the battles, shall we? This is the battles against Caleb the Norman. And we got Abomasnow versus Venomoth. Now, who wins the 1/1 shield there? We got, let's go to the single battle. Aboma and Venomoth. With Confusion, pretty sure I saw it use a Silver Wind at some point. And we want to go the 2/2 shields. So we are winning in the 2/2. Interestingly though, I just noticed here, we are winning the 2 shields and the no shields, but losing the 1 shields. And the 1 shields is used as the default for PB Poke simulations because it's the most balanced for a start among all the possible shield scenarios, and also because it's probably gonna be the most commonly encountered shield scenario. It's really not as common to double shield a Pokemon or no shield a Pokemon as it is to 1 shield. Probably no shielding is I would say is more common than double shielding. But yeah, the 1 shield is definitely what you'd encounter most commonly. So if we want to only spend 1 shield on this Abomasnow, then we have to hope that Venomoth doesn't shield at all. Otherwise, we have to use both our shields and you know, hope that they burn both of their shields as well. So interestingly, he switches out of the Venomoth. I'm going to assume that he has a Poison Fang built up. Now, I throw this Weather Ball, and I kind of did that to put shield pressure on Caleb, but it was more so, it's this thing I do a lot, which is to fire a charge move in order to buy myself time to think about what to do next. It's not the best thing to do because I've used this energy probably in a way that it might not have been the most efficient use of that energy, but it did give me some, like, 5 seconds to think, oh, what should I bring in, what's my next move, how do I plan out the rest of this battle. And I do get the shield, which is great, but I've got to get out of there. I can't afford to build up more energy to bring in on the next Pokemon. Having a charge move ready on a Pokemon is a huge advantage because you can often bring that Pokemon in a situation where you want that energy to go, but I could not afford to build up to another Weather Ball there because those counters are just going to punch holes in an Abomasnow. Gallade. I really like Gallade in this format. It loses to Wigglytuff like everything else, and quite badly. But that aside, it's resisting all the other fighters. That confusion is going to hit a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. You can see how much one confusion is doing to that Lucario. And that moveset in Leaf Blade Close Combat is fantastic. So, let's back it up. It is 7 energy per counter, and it takes 5 counters to get to a Power-Up Punch, 8 counters to get to a Shadow Ball, which is 55 energy. So with the amount of damage that Confusion was doing, I'll get there and show you what I'm thinking of. So let's count the counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 4 there. I throw my Weather Ball and switch out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he's got enough for a Shadow Ball. You can see that he's already down to 50% HP. Whether I shield whether this is Shadow Ball or not, it is correct to shield this. If I want to win this matchup, I need to shield this, because if it is just a Power Up Punch and he's baited me, he's not actually going to get to another Shadow Ball. He's not going to have time for that. I shield this, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, maybe not. Okay, so he could get to another. So if he'd thrown the, yeah, so it would have been exactly enough for a Shadow Ball, I guess. So I take that back. It's lucky for me that he threw the Shadow Ball first, because now I know I can just farm down. He fired off that other move after just 5 counters, so I knew that was a Power Punch and I didn't need a shield. And now I've got a whole bunch of energy. I did it again. I threw the charge move just to buy myself time to think. Leaf Blade is double resisted. Luckily for me, I got the shield. That is a big deal. So yeah, Leaf Blade and Close Combat are both going to be double resisted by the Venomoth. Maybe because I had opted to throw a charge move against the Venomoth, Caleb might have thought that I was running Synchronize on that Gallade. I was not. And now Caleb is down to 0 shields. I think, having had the experience of this practice tournament, I'm thinking maybe, don't hold me to this later in the month, that having shield advantage or shields left in the late game is going to be a big deal in this cup. You can see a lot of these Pokemon are really well known for having really hard-hitting charge moves. Blaziken, Abomasnow, Gallade, Frostlass. Lucario's more counter damage. Swampert, and then the rest are fast moves. So it's really either real hard hitting charge moves or hard hitting fast move damage. Really, which sounds ridiculous because okay, so everything, but there's not kind of nothing in between. You're right, like if you were to put it on a scale, hard hitting fast moves on this end and hard hitting charge moves on this end. It's really either one end or the other. There's nothing kind of in the middle of that scale there. So the fact that Caleb is down both of his shields now puts me in just the driver's seat to win this. I've got 2 Pokemon in the back of Abomasnow and Frostlass, which are going to hit very hard against an unshielded Pokemon. And I just fire off this Leaf Blade just because I know I'm not going to survive much longer. 1 more charm does it. And now I bring out the Abomasnow because Poison Fang and Silver Wind are both resisted by Frostlass, so I would rather the Frostlass go in against the Venomoth, especially because Poison Fang is super effective again, and Silver Wind is both super effective against the Abomasnow. So I'd much prefer my Abomasnow going in against the Wigglytuff and the Frostlass to go in against the Venomoth. And because I know that Wigglytuff is not going to get to a charge move anytime soon, I'm happy to build up to an energy ball and fire that to get the KO. Let's see how much damage just the weather ball does, because I don't think that would have KO'd. I think I needed to go for the energy ball. It's doing 30% damage. Yes, and the Wigglytuff is more than that. The energy ball doing 47% damage. And it's amazing that that's that big a difference, to be honest. It doesn't seem like a big difference, but there's a lot of situations where that would be the difference between KOing and not. And so I switch straight into the Frostlass. I don't wait for the Abomasnow to go down, because I'm pretty comfortable in thinking that the Abomasnow is not going to get to another charge move. I was at pretty much 0 energy when that energy ball threw. So all I'm doing by staying in that matchup is giving the Venomoth free energy, which it could maybe use to turn the tables. So I just get out of there straight away into the Frostlass. And I shield this just for precaution's sake. It does get to another charge move, but look, even if this is Psychic, we're fine. If we look at Frostlass versus Venomoth, we don't want Infestation. Let's go Psychic. The Psychic does 48% damage. So at that range, even a Psychic is fine. It wasn't Psychic, so just a Poison Fang, and here comes the final blow. So the fact that he used his shields early cost him in the end. Here's battle number 2. Alright, Wiggly versus Lucario. We've discussed how Wiggly is just a dynamo against fighters in this cup. So as long I might have to shield once. I don't even think with Lucario I don't even think I have to shield once. Let me just double check that just to make sure. Yeah, so Wiggly's not firing a charge move. The Lucario has to go with the power-up punches. It's close, and Wiggly doesn't even have a charge move ready. So really, maybe consider shielding a power-up punch to the head, just so you've got a bit more use out of your Wigglytuff. It's not just that's essentially a kamikaze mission, because it's not really coming out of that battle with enough resources left over to actually do anything with it. On the flip side, I think close combat will be a big difference maker. So close combat does 65% damage to a Wigglytuff, and in the Zero Shields, Lucario has got that. So, but just like with everything else, Wiggly just needs to shield once, and then it's good in that battle. It's fine against the Lucario at that stage. So he just gets right out of there into the Weepinbell. Now I switch in the Frostlass. Funny story, Weepinbell beats Frostlass. I know, Ice Pokemon against Grass Pokemon, you would think the Ice Pokemon wins, but the power of that Razor Leaf is just so much. And he does have shields to play with there, so I fire this Avalanche and it's going to get a shield, but you can see I'm losing this battle here. He gets to a charge move and I opt not to shield because I know that this is a lost cause. Because he's now at like a quarter of its HP left, I can throw in this Blaziken, and I get the... It still takes out almost half of my HP, but I get the counter down. I've got energy to burn. So now out comes Wiggly, I throw that Blaze Kick one counter too early. If Caleb had countered correctly, then he would know that I wasn't at a Blast Burn and he could have survived a Blaze Kick. It doesn't really matter in the end because I'm not getting to another charge move. That's even the neutral charm is going to melt a Blaziken. So I don't get that extra charge move off. It would have been nice because now we are down 2 shields to 0, or we are up 2 shields to 0, sorry. And this is where this kind of flies in the face of my shield usage comment, because Caleb in this particular battle has brought 2 Pokemon with hard-hitting fast moves. So he don't care about no shields. So I now have Wigglytuff. That's the only Pokemon I have left. His Wigglytuff has the energy lead, but because I've got 2 shields, that does not matter at all. I have the HP lead on my Wigglytuff, so my plan when I brought in my Wigglytuff was to beat his Wigglytuff with charms. He would faint before I did. I would probably have a charge move built up at that stage, and I could take out the Lucario with a Play Rough. Caleb, to his credit, absolutely cannot fault him at all. He saw that coming. He analyzed that same thing that I did. So his solution: get Wiggly out of there, bring in Lucario. The Lucario also doing fast move damage. That's where its damage is coming from, and also it's even if the Lucario goes down, his Wigglytuff at that point is well in the lead of mine when it comes to HP. So he's kind of flipped that Wiggly versus Wiggly race. So use a shield here because I've got him. May as well fawn him. But you can see how much damage that charm is doing. Here's the unlucky thing for Caleb. It was just the right amount of charms needed to farm down that Lucario to get me to a Play Rough. So as soon as that Wiggly came back in, I just whacked that Play Rough and got it down to, look at that. This is so close. I would say that we are 1 charm away from beating them, but he is 1 charm. Look at that. 1 charm came through when he brought that Wigglytuff in as well, and as I was firing my charge move. So we have just survived his first charm, and then we both throw a charm to tie the battle. So in this season of the Silpharina, a tie warrants a full replay. So if both of your final Pokemon faint at the same time, both players replay the battle, and it's a full redo. It's as if that last battle just never happened. You can pick completely different Pokemon if you want, play it completely different ways, and let's see if I did that. Frostlass and Weepinbell. So we've seen this matchup before, and it is not good for the Frostlass. If Frostlass had, or if the Weepinbell didn't have shields to hide behind, then this would be much better because I would just avalanche the crap out of that Weepinbell. But that is not the case. So let's see how I deal with this. So I can't. There's not much I can do because, like, Gallade would kick the Weepinbell's ass, but as soon as I bring that in, he's going to switch the Weepinbell out. Blaziken would be alright, but I would say, with 2 shields, the Weepinbell has got that one. Blaziken and Weepinbell. There we go, with Razor Leaf, and this one had Seed Bomb, Sludge Bomb. And this is the 2 shield. And look at that, Weeping Bell has that fairly comfortably. Has to use one of its shields. No, it has to use both of its shields. But then can finish off that Blaziken before it does any more damage to it. So, I can't really switch in the Blaziken is the moral of that story. I throw an Avalanche, just try and break some of his shields. And I think the reason I did that was to try and confusion the Weeping Bell down before he could react and bring something else in. I think that was the only thing I had in mind, because I don't think that's the right move, because that Frostlass is now on such low HP that it's really not doing very much else in the battle. So that was stupid of me to let that Sludge Bomb through. I had 2 shields there. I should have just used one of them on that. Yeah, it's a dumb decision. And again, I brought out the Blaziken there because whenever I'm in this situation where the Pokemon that I'm against has such low HP left, I know that whatever Pokemon I bring in will just be able to get two or so moves of free energy off of it. So I decide, like, what can I get more use out of with an energy lead. Now, normally that would be Frostlass, probably, but it's on such low HP that it's just not going to get to another charge move, especially since Razor Leaf is probably going to knock me out at the same time as I knock that Weeping Bell out. However, that is actually why I should have brought in Frostlass, because Frostlass does not have any more use in this battle. I could have made use out of it by making it a kamikaze Pokemon, send it in to take out the rest of that Weeping Bell, and it's done something with the rest of its tiny HP. That's okay, we get out the Blaziken, and now here comes Swampert. So, we know that it's going to shield this. For interest's sake, how much does a Blast Burn do to a Swampert? Where is it? Blast Burn does 50% HP, and so it wouldn't have KO'd, but the counters that came after would have KO'd, so we might need to use a shield there to win that matchup, but we can win that matchup. So these counters are going to add up, but out comes Wigglytuff, and I have no recompense here. I don't know if that's... I don't actually know what the word recompense means. But I've used it, and I hope it's right. Felt right. So, good on Caleb again. So it's now 1-1. I won the first one. Second one didn't exist, so this is the second one, and he squared that up, so we are down to our final battle, and it's that double... That use of the double fast move hits really got over the top of me there. Battle number 3, final battle. Alright, Swampert versus Wiggly. We don't mind this. Wiggly does win this. Again, generally needs a shield. And I'm going to back that up. It's 5 Mud Shots to a Hydro Cannon. So the fact that he fires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then fires, I know this is a Hydro Cannon and not a Sludge Wave, which would have been a disaster. So I know I can tank that. And now out comes the Weeping Bell. Now I've got the Abomasnow, which is much better against this Pokemon. He fires the move, and I opt to shield because I did not know whether it would be up to a Seed Bomb or a Sludge Bomb. Let's check that out. A Bomber versus Weepinbell. And it's got Razor Leaf and Sludge Bomb. So Sludge Bomb is 50 energy, and Razor Leaf is giving you 4 energy. So 52? 13? Yeah, so 13 Razor Leafs to get to 52 energy and be able to throw a Sludge Bomb there. And let's see how many it actually did throw. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, nowhere near enough. How much energy is Seed Bomb here? It is 40 energy. So it was exactly enough for a Seed Bomb. Remember that for next time. 10 Razor Leafs to get to a Seed Bomb. And so, what did we say? 13 or 14? 13, I think it was, to get to... Yeah. To get to the Sludge Bomb. So, what at least that was able to allow me to do is farm down the Weepinbell, and I've got a ton of energy to use. And not much resists ice. This is a good one. This double resists ice. So I throw the energy ball, and it is shielded. I get to another energy ball, and this is just the last hurrah for a Bomber Snow. I know I'm not going to get to any more. Just let this go. I'm already down 1 shield. I mean, he's used 2 now, which is good. I try and get to that. I don't quite get to that play rough. And what is a guy to do? Do you shield this and hit that play rough on the Lapras? What have we seen already? We've seen the Swampert. The Swampert's still there. The Weepinbell, I'm pretty sure, is gone. And the Lapras. So Swampert, Weepinbell, and Lapras. Let's bring it back to where it actually was against that. There we go. Okay, so how much? We'll bring it back. How much is it? Okay, the Frostlass was at full health. The Frostlass had not been brought out yet, so we've got to take on a Swampert still. We've still got a Swampert there, ready to jump back in the fight. So, do I shield this Wigglytuff in order to get the play rough, or do I leave it, let the Wigglytuff go down, and let Frostlass do the rest of the work with the shield in hand? Now that Swampert was down to half of its remaining HP, I believe. Yeah, so it just hit the yellow. How much does a play rough do to a Lapras? Play rough does 38% damage. So, look, what that could have done is, with the charms, gotten it to within Shadow Ball range. But, on the other hand, I'm probably going to get hit by a Surf before that happens. And probably a Surf and a Hydro Cannon together is probably going to be too much for the Frostlass to handle. Let's fast forward it back to that moment there. Actually, what I'm going to do, I need to see how much energy that Lapras actually has. Alright, let's count it together. 1, 2. It's 10 energy per Ice Shard, so it's up to 20 energy right now. 3, 4. 5. And then throws the Surf. So 2, 3, 4. So, let's say the Lapras has... Let's say the Lapras has about 3/4 of its health left. So... 135 energy. 135 HP. And the Wigglytuff... I'm gonna say it's 1 charm away. Yeah, I'm gonna say there, and a starting HP of, that was really low, let's call it like 15, maybe even lower, 10. So 1, 0. Ooh, okay, so I might not have actually gotten off I might not have actually gotten off that charge move at all, interestingly. Let's just, for the sake of the scenario, let's give it 11 energy so I survive that that Ice Shard and am able to fire the Play Rough. It's bringing it down to 52 HP in the end. And then we continue battling with the Lapras against the Frostlass, which is completely fresh as a daisy, with no shields. Still needs a Shadow Ball, is that right? No. Wow, the Avalanche is only doing half of the remaining HP. That's crazy. What happens if we do throw the Avalanche there? Let's throw it there. The Lapras gets to another Surf. It still loses, so we're able to charm it down, and we have energy remaining. So we have enough energy for an Avalanche. So if we bring out Swampert again, we are... Whoa, we're probably going to lose CMP. So my conclusion out of this is, if that Swampert had a Hydro Cannon ready, then it's IV dependent on who fires first to get the KO. And that's if we play the energy management game against Lapras right. We'd have to build up enough HP and then make sure we have to build up enough energy and make sure we throw an Avalanche, which isn't going to KO amazingly, but it allows us to farm up with more Powder Snows. Even if we get hit by a second Surf, we only need to hit the Swampert with 1 Avalanche to win that particular matchup. So if we can survive against the Lapras, we need to make sure that we've got enough energy to hit the Swampert afterwards. Now that, again, is dependent on whether the Swampert has energy to fire as soon as it comes back in, and also, if that's the case, what are the IVs? Because as you saw on the my PV poke is defaulted to show you the rank 1s, so a rank 1 of each is going to be 120 versus 121 attack Swampert's way. So I use the shield there, get hit by a Hydro Cannon there. There's the Avalanche to take that out. And out comes the Lapras again, and a Shadow Ball is coming in. It is not going to do enough damage. So darn close. Just a couple more Powder Snows, or yeah, a couple more Powder Snows would have gotten the farm down, or at least gotten me to an Avalanche, but I failed that one. So I lost that matchup. That's my first Nightfall Cup battle. Hopefully you learn from this. I think it's going to be very educational. It's going to really help some people build their teams for December. If you like the video, then please, the standard thing, like, comment, and subscribe, because the more people do that, the more traction these videos get, and kind of the more reason I've got to keep doing them, because I'm doing this, when I should be getting a new job. Yeah, just any help you can give, that would be absolutely fantastic, and I will see you in the next video.